quick because I'm getting ready to run a private team where we're focusing on macros for the month. It's gonna be mind-blowing for a lot of us because so many people, myself at one point included, when we're trying to get to a health goal, a weight goal, whatever it is, we feel, because of things that we've been taught, that we need to track calories, like calories. And we are missing so much for our health if all we are doing is counting calories. Because yeah, if you count calories and you diminish it to a certain amount every day, you're gonna lose weight. But a lot of times you're not gonna be healthy, you're not gonna feel good, you're not gonna have the nutrients you need for a healthy, energetic lifestyle, which is really, ultimately, that's what most of us really want, is to feel good, have energy, look good, all of the things. And if you are just counting calories and restricting yourself to a certain amount every day, it's probably not gonna end up the way that you want it to end up. But let me first say this. Anytime that you are working on a health-related goal, weight loss, weight gain, whatever it is, trying to change habits with that, because it's a struggle for most people. If you are not working on your mental health, your mental development, your mindset at the same time, it's gonna counteract whatever progress you have. That has to be a part of anything that you are trying to change. You have to work alongside of it, the mental health part of it, because if you reach your goal, if you haven't done anything about your mental health side, you're gonna retract back to where you were eventually, sooner than later for most people. So what's the difference between tracking calories and tracking macros? So depending on how much you know about macronutrients, proteins, carbs, and fats are essential elements that every one of us need. Every one of us, our bodies function on those macros, proteins, carbs, and healthy fats. So if you restrict one of those for too long, your body's not getting the essential things it needs to function properly. So if you cut out like all carbs for too long, there are certain functions in your body that will stop working. If you don't have enough of the right elements in that, your hormones don't produce the way they're supposed to, your energy levels will be like crazy up and down, your mental health, your organ systems, your skin, hair, and nails, everything is impacted by having the right nutrients in your body. So when you restrict one of those, certain elements, certain systems will slowly stop functioning correctly or just slow down. And we don't want that. We don't want the systems in our body to slow down, because it's not just that system. It starts impacting every other system in our body. So that's something that's the bigger thing that we all need to really think about if we are trying to start a health journey and we think that we're just going to restrict calories and everything will be okay, because long term, that's not going to do your body good. So we need the essential protein, carbs, and fats. And why? Why is that? Because proteins are used for growth and repair of our systems, our skin, hair, nails, our bones, our ligaments. We need enough protein. A lot of people don't get enough protein throughout the day, and I struggle with that as well. Those are essential for the formations of enzymes, the formation of hormones, all the chemicals in our body that have to be at certain levels for us to live and feel and think well. And then you have the healthy fats. So healthy fats provide really more energy than protein and carbs, but obviously they're more calorie dense. So you have to have balance there. You have to know, like, you need a formula to know really how much proteins you need, how many healthy fats you need, how many carbs you need for your body in the current state you're at and where you want to go. And there is a formula for that, and I'll put it in the show notes. So it's a really cool free calculator that I checked out for myself, and you can go online and just plug in your numbers and figure out like what your macros should be. Let's talk about carbs, because a lot of people get into this mindset, and I've done it before too, where you just gonna cut out all carbs and you're gonna see these massive results, and a lot of people do. Like, you get that, and it's short term, because as soon as you start eating carbs again, right, you're gonna gain it all back. But along with that, when you stop eating carbs, the healthy carbs, I'm talking about healthy carbs. I'm not talking about eating a whole pizza or a box of donuts. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about healthy grains, healthy fruits, healthy vegetables that your body actually needs. And along with that come all of the micronutrients that fill the gaps in our nutrition so that we look and feel really, really good. Carbs are a super energy source. They really are. If you don't have enough carbs, you're gonna hit a low over and over again. The normal daily activities that we do require carbs. And if you are in a fitness, if you're doing workouts every day, if you are in a sport, you have to have carbs to have energy to excel in that. Otherwise, you're just gonna be constantly drained and not feel like really doing anything, like not even feel like doing things at home with your kids. Working out becomes really hard when you don't have enough carbs. So, or even keeping a smile on your face is really hard when you're not consuming carbs. And that's why there needs to be this balance of carbs, proteins, and fats, and then all of the micronutrients in there that fill in the gaps that our bodies really need. So how do you calculate the macros that your body needs? I just said it. You need to find a calculator that works for you. And I'll put the one that I looked at, a free one, in the show notes. I use a specific tool for my private team where we figure out, where we're at, where we want to go, how many proteins, carbs, and fats that we need for our bodies. And we actually split out carbs into the fruits, vegetables, and healthy grains so that we get the variety our body really needs and we're not constantly eating one source of carbohydrate. And then we determine what are our goals. We regulate the macros around there. What is our activity level? All of that. And then you follow a nutrition plan that fits in with those macros versus trying to fill out what calories you need every day. Now, if you're somebody who's really training for a fitness competition or you're bodybuilding, then you probably want to pay attention to calories too. But if you're just trying to live a healthy life, trying to maintain a certain weight balance and health balance, then if you just follow those macros that you need, all of that comes in alignment. And then you don't have to worry about this is this many calories, this is this many calories. That brings so much frustration and stress to us that's needless. It's needless because if you just really focus on eating the macros you need and eating healthy food to fill those macros, so whole foods as much as possible, fresh foods as much as possible, and very minimal processed boxed food, and you fill in those macros, you're gonna start seeing the results that probably haven't seen in a long time. And you could probably start releasing inflammation in your body, drinking all the water to help that detox happen because you're eating better, and all of the sludge that we're putting in our bodies, because a lot of times, if we're counting calories, we're eating foods that are considered diet foods or whatever it is, and that slows your system down so much that most of us don't even realize how much it slows us down. So that's what I would suggest. If you are starting out, get an alignment with a community, a group of people who are gonna help you figure out the macros that you need for your body and give you resources and tools to fill that in better. I know with my team, we have a lot of resources. We have food lists, we have calculators, we have trackers, so that we are eating really good and start feeling really good. But I'm not everybody's person, right? There's a coach for every person. So there's tons of nutrition coaches out there, fitness coaches out there that can help you with this process. It's always so much easier when you have an accountability source, whether it's a coach or a team or whatever, a friend. Look up these free resources, start doing your own research, because I promise if you just start looking at your macros a little bit closer and quit worrying about the calories, starting really healthy food to fit in those macros, you're gonna see the results that you have been trying to get for yourself. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys later.